if you're a Muslim business owner and you want to be able to get in shape, time manage your salat, and not burn out, then this video is for you. So I actually got a question on both TikTok and Instagram today from Muslim business owners who are asking me, and I'll actually pretty much quote this exactly. How do you time manage fitness, salat, and business without burning out? And how do you get your sleep, your diet, your routine, and your momentum down? So we're going to talk about kind of my daily routine and some of the daily routines I use with my Muslim clients so that you too can take advantage of those, inshallah, as well. And ultimately achieve consistency across all areas, because if you achieve consistency all across all areas, they all feed into each other in a positive way. And by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly how to do that, inshallah. So basically the way it works is, obviously, if you're on point with your salat and with your faith, then obviously you feel that blessing in everything you do. You stay focused, positive, all the worldly benefits that prayer and being a good Muslim gives you, in addition to, of course, the benefits in the akhirah, which we all know as well. And then obviously, if you're fit and you're in good shape and you're confident, you have energy and you're healthy and you love how you look, then obviously you're going to be more confident in business. And of course, you have more energy to wake up to pray and do all these other things that we need to do as Muslims. And you're more flexible, so which is good for prayers and making wudu, putting your foot in the sink and all that stuff, right? Obviously, I'm joking around, but it is actually a true and real point, though it's probably a minor point. And then lastly, of course, when you're doing well in your business, then obviously you are in financial abundance. And so prayer actually helps you to stay humble. And then when you're struggling in your business, prayer helps you to obviously have hope. And then obviously when you're making money, you can buy organic food and all the other things that you need to be the healthiest and fittest version of you. You can give zakat. You can help other people in need, whether that's your family, friends, your kids, your wife, whatever it is, you can provide better. So obviously all these things feed into each other in a positive way, which is why we need to be able to execute consistently on all three of these pillars of our life, in addition to our relationships quadrant of our life, whether that's marriage, whether that's kids, whether that's family, whether that's friends, all the above, so that we can achieve balance. But in order to do it all, and in order to have it all, you got to be able to do it all. So obviously that's what this video is about, and how to do that without burning out. So let's dive into the daily routine, what I call the modern Muslim man method, which is ultimately the way that I try my best to live my life, and some high performance routines that I use with Muslim business owners and with myself to consistently execute on the priorities we need to accomplish and the action items we need to complete every single day as Muslim business owners, as Muslim men, and it also applies to Muslim women. So the first thing is, obviously we got to wake up early, right? Because we got to wake up for Fajr anyways, and obviously that starts with going to bed on time. So we're going to talk about like bedtime routines and stuff like that, and obviously if you have questions on any specifics where you're struggling to get to sleep on time, whatever it may be, drop them in a comment down below, and I'm always happy to help address those and make more videos. So you got to get to bed on time, where you get at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep before you have to wake up for Fajr. Usually I like to wake up for Fajr at 5 or 6 a.m. And usually what I like to do is go to the masjid to pray Fajr, because then you get to immerse yourself in Islam, and then you just go straight to the gym after that. Now right now I actually have a home gym, but I'm moving from this house pretty soon, inshallah. So usually if that's the case, what I'll do is I'll just pray in my room and go to the gym here. But I'm actually excited to move from here where I don't have a home gym, because it's going to hold me accountable to go to the masjid more often and be around other Muslims, which is a powerful way to keep yourself, just more connected to the deen and to help. There's something called the power of the tribe, which is that you become the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And so obviously if you're immersing yourself in a positive Muslim environment like the masjid, especially if you have a good masjid near you, obviously that's going to benefit you both in this life and the next. So, and the cool thing is, this is what even secular high performance people do, which is wake up early, meditate, all that stuff. So you're kind of already doing that. You're exactly doing that, because you're waking up, you're praying, you're making wudu with cold water before you pray, and then you're going to the gym, which is a powerful morning routine. Now, sometimes if I have time, what I'll do before I even do all this stuff, like even before Fajr begins, is I'll do like my walk, my journaling, I'll eat, I'll make my breakfast, and obviously, I could pray the tahajjud, all these different things that you have the opportunity to do in the morning when you wake up early. But in order to do that, you have to get to bed on time, okay? And if you're somebody who, for work reasons or whatever, you can't get to bed on time, I have some problem solves for that too, because I've been through that as well during different periods of my life, so I'm happy to answer questions on that as well. But anyway, so wake up early. If you have time, walk, journal, do your breakfast, all that stuff, and then pray Fajr either at home or at the mosque, and then work out right after that, whether at home or at the gym. Okay, so if you go to the mosque, you might as well go to the gym if gyms are open in your area. From there, before the sun has even risen or shortly after the sun has risen, you've already accomplished the 2 big priorities of your life: your fitness, aka your workout, and then obviously you've done a Fajr prayer, which is going to get you momentum to pray for the rest of the day. From there, I like to get started with work, and I'll get started with work, and sometimes I'll do a little bit of deep work, reflection, strategic planning that allows me to be more efficient in my actions later in the day after that, but I usually try to do that within the journaling, so one can do it in either of those situations. And then from there, I begin my work day and I do my first block of work. What I found is we typically have about 3 to 4 hours worth of strategic thinking, aka deep work, in the day, and it's best to do that first thing in the morning, unless you're somebody who's more productive at night, because then you can just get it out of the way before the chaos of the day adds up, and then obviously you've already done your workout before the chaos of the day begins as well. There is a caveat though, which is that if you're somebody who gets tired after you work out, we may need to adjust your workout so you're not getting tired, or we might need to work out different times of day. So if that's a nuance point for you, drop a comment. I'm happy to do another video on this as well. So I'm trying to cater this to most people, but most people, they're going to do well with the prayer and then gym and then get started with deep work. From there, you want to have a good lunch, right? Because obviously we want to have consistent calories in, unless you're somebody who responds well to intermittent fasting, which most people actually find don't respond super well to intermittent fasting, especially if you run high stress, if you're running a business. But if you're really good at stress management, then intermittent fasting can actually work really well on a lifestyle level. So that's always a good thing as well. But anyways, the next thing is after you have lunch and then you pray Dhuhr, then you want to get into your next block of work, right? So that's actually where I am right now, where I just prayed Dhuhr and then I'm in my next block of work. I had a call right before this, and then I'm answering DMs, and then I'm going and creating more content, and I'm doing some more deep work, writing client programs, everything else that I might need to do during this period of the day. And then obviously right before Asr, I'm actually easing myself into a period where I'm going to be doing a little more bodybuilding, where instead of eating 3 or 4 meals a day, I'm going to be eating 5 to 6. And so I'm trying to get myself into the habit of also eating right after Asr so that I can get back on that bodybuilding schedule to enhance my recovery and also allow me to recomp and get back in better shape myself. And obviously I'm not in bad shape right now, but by my standards, I'm finishing off the bulk and I want to get back into cutting so I can get shredded again. So that's another place where you can install a meal. And again, your meal schedule is going to depend on your lifestyle, your goals, everything else. But just for me personally, that's how I'm setting things up, inshallah. And then from there, you can do another block of work. And the powerful thing is when you pray, it actually activates your parasympathetic nervous system and brings down your stress, which actually gives you an ROI within your business because you're able to show up more clear, more calm, more collected, less stressed, and take greater action. And then also it's a positive thing because it reduces your cortisol, which is a stress hormone. And when cortisol goes down, testosterone levels go up, which is positive for the men. Estrogen levels go down, which is obviously positive for the men, but also positive for women if you have hormonal weight gain, because when women's estrogen is too high relative to progesterone, it causes hormonal weight gain, and one of the biggest things that triggers that is both inflammatory food and cortisol. To learn more about inflammatory food, check out the other video on my channel on how to cut out inflammatory foods and which foods should be avoided. And then from there, obviously, after you pray, you're going to be able to execute better in business, right? And you're going to be able to align with your priorities. And I encourage you after you pray to make a dua, because that's the best time to make dua. And when you make dua, it actually helps you to mentally focus on that thing, and then obviously you get Allah's blessing on the thing that you do, right? So, I should have said Bismillah before this video. May Allah help this video reach a lot of people and help a lot of people. Ameen. And obviously when you do that, not only does it mentally focus you on doing so for the sake of Allah, which really aligns your intentions and makes you more powerful, but obviously Allah gives you His blessing, which then allows you to achieve greater success and take greater action, achieve greater results as well. Alhamdulillah. So it's beautiful. Like, during the period of my life where I wasn't as connected with Islam, I struggled a lot and I still saw success. But once I got on point with my prayers again, my levels of success and happiness and everything else skyrocketed, while my stress levels and depression and everything else I was dealing with and motivation issues went down, because prayer has helped me with that and being a better Muslim has helped me with that. Alhamdulillah. And so I encourage you the same thing. And if you need help or accountability with this, like, comment. I'm always happy to help you. I've got plenty of free resources to help you and, plenty of free support. I even have a free Facebook group where I can help you as well. But again, don't want to get too distracted here. Let's get back on topic. So from there, we obviously want to have, Maghrib. And I'll even share my checklist in a second of like what I do on like a daily basis so that you guys get an idea of exactly what that looks like, inshallah. Or actually, some of the stuff on there is a little bit private. I'd rather not disclose some of those details just because there's some internal operations of my business. So if you want specific access to that, just comment, let me know, and I can send that to you. Because obviously I don't want to just blow out my total schedule and like, proprietary business secrets. I would rather keep that confidential except for anybody who I feel comfortable sharing that with, right? As opposed to like broadcasting it to the internet. But anyways, I digress. So then you got Maghrib, and usually after Maghrib, you're going to be winding down work unless you work kind of a later schedule. For me, I like to work from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. So after Maghrib, I still get a little bit more work done, and that gives me a chance to get in one last meal. And I set alarms for all my prayers, which actually I think my prayer alarm might go on. No, it's not going to go on for a little bit on my phone, so it's not going to interrupt the video. But, after that, you have Isha, and then after Isha, I recommend that you spend time with your family. Obviously, that's important that you do schedule in family time. If you're married, you should still go on dates with your wife, because obviously that's going to help to preserve the relationship and have personal time together. You do need to time manage that with, obviously, your schedule with your kids if you have kids. And you also should spend time with your kids. And obviously, being healthy, being a good Muslim allows you to step up as a better role model for your kids and to be more present, less stressed, and have more energy to play with your kids, to make sure you take care of your wife, to be present with her and give her the attention that she needs. Everything else that ultimately makes you a better Muslim, a better husband, a better business owner, and obviously a better person. And the same applies to women, just obviously replace the word husband with wife, right? So let me know what you learned from this video. Let me know if this is helpful, and what follow-up questions do you have? Comment down below, let me know, because obviously if you give me follow-up questions, it allows me to better serve you, and it also gives me content ideas, just like how this video was due to 2 questions I received on TikTok and Instagram that allowed me to put this video that is hopefully relevant and valuable to you. So inshallah, I'm happy to do that. And then I guess the last thing is, after you spend that family time, it is good to have a nighttime routine. If you're somebody whose thoughts tend to race, it's a good time to journal at night and reflect on your day, plan out the next day. And that's also a really good way to establish momentum and clarity and focus for your next day, so you can just build more and more productivity and momentum. But again, everybody requires different routines. If you tend that your muscles tend to be tight, then obviously you want to add in magnesium. That could be potentially good. If you're a Muslim brother or sister who has been engaging in nicotine, right, because that is something that a lot of our people do with like hookah and all that stuff, I'd encourage you to cut that out if you tend to be tense and that bothers you from going to bed, because nicotine actually does make you more tense. So definitely cut down on that and utilize magnesium, because it's going to help you to relax your body. And then obviously do the journaling, and then inshallah that'll be really helpful for you. And then you can also say additional prayers after Isha. And obviously after Isha, you want to pray witr. That's what I always do, at least, which is what I learned, which is what helps me. And I believe the sunnah, and correct me, scholars, if I'm wrong on this, but witr is kind of your prayer that you pray so that Allah accepts the rest of your 5 prayers. Now, I know this is going to be hard. I'm going to address a couple points of potential skepticism, and if you have more points of skepticism, comment them down below. But, some people might be thinking, well, this sounds great, but how do I stick to this consistently? And obviously having a little bit of accountability can be helpful. Like, you should be mostly accountable to yourself and Allah and do this for the sake of Allah. But obviously, surrounding yourself with Muslims who are going to normalize this for you will help you a lot. And so that's one area where the free Facebook group would help you. So I'll drop a link to that below in the description. Another thing is that you might burn out. And so, I guess the follow-up question to that is, where specifically are you burning out? Are you burning out in your physical training? Well, let's look at your nutrition. Are you getting enough protein, enough calories, or are you under eating, right? If you're burning out in your fitness, are you not getting enough sleep? You need to get 7 to 8 hours of high-quality sleep. You should wear an eye mask as well. In fact, I have an eye mask right here that I wear when I sleep. Sometimes, if I'm having trouble going to sleep, because this actually helps you to block out light from your eyes if there's a little bit of light in your room, which helps you sleep deeper and actually get more out of your sleep. So there's a variety of things that you could do that help with this, okay? In addition to that, as far as burnout goes, so if you're sleeping enough, you're recovering enough, you're foam rolling, taking care of your mobility, and I have some resources on this, some free resources on mobility. So if you want one of those, comment down below with the word posture playbook, and I will send you my posture playbook, which is a free in-depth resource that teaches you how to fix your mobility and overcome muscle tension and a lot of stuff that we get when we work in front of the computer, where we have like messed up shoulders, messed up lower back, knees, neck, a lot of things. This helps you to teach you how to fix that. So I'll send you that posture playbook, inshallah. Just comment down below with the word posture playbook. And then, let's see. So, and then if you're burning out, let's say, on prayer, if you're burning out on prayer, I don't think I've ever burnt out on prayer, except for like during the times where I was just doing it to go through the motions and just doing it to please my parents when I was a kid, but I wasn't actually sincere in my intention. So the best thing you could do is you're burning out on prayer, and again, maybe the scholars have another recommendation on this, so please correct me if I'm wrong, but what I found works for me, at least in my personal experience, is just my 2 cents, is if I just pray and I make sure that nobody can see me, right? Nobody except for Allah can see me, and I don't tell anybody about it, and I just pray legitimately for the sake of Allah, and I really be present in my prayer, and I pray to Allah before I pray that I can focus and I can be present in my prayer, and I really try to be present. What I found personally is that helps me to get energized by my prayer instead of feeling drained by my prayer, instead of feeling like it's a pain in the butt. And also just scheduling my day around my prayers to make sure I'm able to fit it in. And sometimes we fail, sometimes we screw up, but you can always make up a prayer. Just obviously try to do it the first third of the prayer window, because not only is that going to make your mindset more proactive, which is going to help you in business and fitness anyways, but obviously it's going to help you to get more good deeds as well. From what I know about hadith, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, if there's any sheikhs or scholars, I'm just a coach, I'm not a sheikh or a scholar, I'm just a guy with some personal experience who knows some stuff about Islam, who is, may Allah keep me sincere, a sincere Muslim, alhamdulillah. So, let's see, and then sleep, diet, routine, momentum, those are some other things. So yeah, once you get into these habits, just like how you get into any other habits, you start to get into momentum, and it becomes a part of your daily operating system where you feel weird if you don't do it. Like if I don't pray, I feel weird now that I didn't pray, almost like anxiety, right? Because it helps to calm me down in addition to connecting me with Allah, alhamdulillah. So that would be kind of the routine side of things. If you need specific help on this, like drop a comment. I'm happy to hop on a consultation with you, whatever you need to just help you specifically with this. But yeah, you just got to be able to install this stuff into your routine and actually plan it out, time block it out, set alarms. I set alarms for my prayers so I don't forget. I used to just have the Muslim Pro app, but I would easily just get rid of that notification. So I actually have an alarm, and I don't have like an annoying alarm. It has more of like a sweet sound, so I have a positive association with prayer as opposed to like the emergency alarm. But that helps me to be on point with my prayers too. And sometimes my non-Muslim friends ask me, what's that alarm? I say, oh, it's my prayer alarm. And then they're like, oh, that's cool, interesting. And then you get to do da'wah as well. Let's see, and then sleep. Yeah, sleep 7 to 8 hours a night. Yeah, take magnesium, journal before you go to bed, maybe read a book. That always helps me get sleepy as well. Try to turn off like screens and social media and phones and all that stuff before you go to bed, like at least an hour before, because that's going to help you. And And then, yeah, just like building that routine and getting into momentum. You're going to have to push yourself and be disciplined and accountable, and maybe have an accountability partner, or, maybe somebody in my free Facebook group or somebody in the comment section here can help to hold you accountable. So always network with people inside of my videos and stuff. I encourage you to talk to each other and help each other, because we're all here in this Muslim ummah to help each other. And inshallah, may Allah bless you, and Allah will bless you for taking care of other Muslims if your intention is sincere for the sake of Allah, which I hope it is. And then, yeah, as far as diet goes, I have another video that goes more in depth with diet. But even after watching that video, if you have additional questions, comment below this video or that one, and I will address your questions. And that is basically all I got for you today. So, of course, like I said 5 minutes ago when I thought I was wrapping up this video, if you have follow-up questions, please let me know what follow-up questions you have so I can give you as much clarity and value as possible. And so, of course, I have content ideas for future videos. Inshallah, I look forward to serving you further, and I hope this was helpful. And if you found this helpful, please share it with somebody who you know would benefit as well. And that is it. So Jazakallah khair for watching. I hope this added value to you. May Allah guide us, and may Allah bless all of us for our sincere intentions, and may Allah help us all to see success in our businesses, to get and stay healthy and fit, and make it easy for us, and make us stronger Muslims so that it's easier for us. And then obviously to pray our prayers and to be sincere and to be the best Muslims we can be. Ameen. All right, inshallah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum.